Hiya folks, how are you doing today? I thought I would come on and do a video about dandelion leaf tincture. See all those dandelion leaves in there? It's amazing what these little babies can do for your health and your families. Unless, of course, can I ask, is anybody still spraying their weeds with weed killer? Well, you've all heard of Roundup, haven't you? Well, they haven't had any very good write-ups about Roundup because Roundup and all the other weed killers can contain, I can never say this, glyphosate. Now, glyphosate has been known to be it hasn't been very good for human, animal and marine life health because it has been classed as a carcinogenic, yes. Now, the International Agency for Research, which is IARC, states glyphosate is probable carcinogenic, and that was in 2015, so you can Google that one. And that includes animals, humans, bees, even the monarch butterflies that like to eat milkweed. Well, it's killing their food source, and they've gone down by a very large percentage over the years. So, glyphosate has been known to develop into lymphoma or cancers, yeah. And it's been pulled from the shelves for residents, but it's still used in agriculture, and it's been used since 1974. So even if we don't use it in our gardens, it's still used in agriculture for the food that we eat. And it's very, very important that you wash your foods beforehand with bicarb soda or baking powder as well. And that can help remove this herbicide. You know, herbicide, we've got pesticides and herbicides. Pesticides kill pests, herbicides kill herbs, or they like to call them weeds. But I love dandelions because dandelions are so good for you. The flowers are full of antioxidants and the roots really do help aid seeds, you know what I mean? That one. So, why save the dandelions? Well, guys, don't use that because it's also known as Taraxacum officinale, or lion's tooth for the leaves, because the leaves look like lion's teeth with the little sharp points on them. Now, it contains vitamin A, C, E, K, enzymes, calcium, protein, iron, sodium, fibre, magnesium, phosphorus. Vitamin A helps macular degeneration, which is for the retinas in the eyes. Vitamin C obviously is a powerful antioxidant which helps support the immune system and helps heal skin wounds, repairs them, any cuts or grazes. Vitamin K promotes blood clotting, it's a blood thinner. And it's also very important if you contact your GP before you use dandelion, especially if you're on medication that is blood thinners, because it can, obviously, you can't use the two at once, can you? So you have to check with your GP. And also if you're allergic to ragweed, chamomile and artichokes. It's part of the Composidae family, yes. And just check with your doctor in case, because I'm not a medical profession. I'm just relaying the research that I found out for myself, because, you know, we are our own great teachers, yeah. Yeah, we are. And vitamin K, very, very high vitamin K. You've got the calcium, which is good for our bones, which also magnesium and phosphorus is good for bone health as well. The fibre, it contains inulin, which helps stabilises the blood sugar levels, which can help with anybody with diabetes. The iron, now, dandelion leaves contain more more iron than spinach and kale. So this helps anybody who's anemic, or helps anybody who's a bit lethargic and run down. It just gives you an old boost. So that's really, really good. You can eat it, or you can make tinctures, or you can make herbal teas. So to eat it, you use it in soups, stews, salads, smoothies, or you can make herbal teas out of the dried leaves or the fresh leaves. As we know at the moment, there's not many fresh leaves, and I would wait till spring so the vitality is restored in them again, rather than the winter, because everything goes down to the roots. So you can use them, you can use the roots, but today we're just using dandelion leaves. For herbal medicine, it's been used in Chinese medicine for thousands of years, and then all of a sudden they come along with these, you see, because they don't want us getting well, do they, from nature? No, don't be silly. Well, you know, you can't patent anything in nature that's natural, don't you? So Bayer is one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world. But they want to kill our weeds that can help us get well, like they used to do years ago. It's funny, that one, isn't it? So you have to question that. It's high in antioxidants. That's mainly in the flowers. It's anti-inflammatory, helps regulate cholesterol, helps fight diabetes, antiviral, antibacterial. It's a diuretic as well. So it helps you go to the toilet a lot. Yes, it helps you pee a lot, which can help get rid of any excess water in your body. And this helps regulate the high blood pressure and coronary artery disease, or SADS. You can, as I say, use them fresh for tinctures, or you can put them in the dehydrator and dry them. Tinctures, you can use alcohol, or you can use glycerine, which is non-alcohol. They use glycerine, well, you can get vegetable glycerine as well as animal, but it doesn't contain alcohol, so it's good for children as well. Although just check with your doctor, obviously. You don't want to give anything to your children that you're unsure of, just check. And knowing over the past 3 or 4 years how stressful life can be, these little things here can help reduce blood pressure, blood sugar, and help stress and help lower cholesterol. So now's the best time. So we're going to make today a dandelion tincture. So everything's glass, not plastic. So glass, well, and then you've got your sieve, but I use gauze or muslin, and you can put that into the sieve, and that is going to collect all the leaves, all the pulp. I'm just going to do this one. So this has been, what you do is you put about 3/4 of the way with leaves, and then you top it up with alcohol. So it's got quite a lot of alcohol in it, and it's vodka I use. A lot of people use vodka. Obviously the highest percentage is better, but I just use shop bought vodka. And these, you tincture the leaves. You shake it every 2 or 3 days just to mix up the mixture inside. But what alcohol does is it draws out the properties from the dandelion, the leaves, and it stores it in the alcohol, and then you take the tincture as a medication. So dandelion leaves, you leave for 4 to 6 to 8 weeks. So 4, and then 6 weeks, 7th week, 8 weeks. You leave that, and it just draws out all of the properties, and it leaves you with this. So I'm just going to pour out a bit in here. So I'm just going to pour out a little bit for now. I can show you how I'll pour it into the bottle. So obviously the pulp hasn't come out there, so there's nothing in there yet, but the pulp comes out obviously as you empty it out, and it collects in here. And you can do that a couple of times as well, just to give it a good strain. And then that's the colour of it. Now accordingly, obviously the different types of the plants, so you've got your flowers, you've got your leaves, you've got the roots, they will all turn the alcohol a different shade. But this is like sort of orangey, browny type of shade, whereas the flowers will leave it more yellowy golden, and the roots even darker still, and that's more it's sort of cloudier white. So all we do, I've got my little bottles here, 60ml bottles, and you just pour it in here, and this is just how you make it. It's dead easy, guys. Anybody can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Pour it in here. Right to the